What's going on, everybody? My name is CD, and today we're going to be talking about the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer reveal. So today, Treyarch revealed Black Ops Cold War multiplayer and everything new and everything continuing into the multiplayer for this Call of Duty. They showed a multiplayer reveal trailer, which is basically some of the trailers we've already kind of seen mashed up with some cinematics, but it really wasn't what we were expecting until later in the reveal when they talked more about specifics about multiplayer. As well, at the end of the stream, they allowed a lot of Call of Duty content creators and streamers to actually play a few maps and a few game modes against each other in kind of an alpha version of the game. So in this video, I want to go over everything that we currently know about Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, as well as maybe what we can expect here in the next couple months when the game actually comes out. So Black Ops Cold War will be available for all of us to play November 13th, but you can pre-order right now, and I actually have a previous video talking about some of the different editions that you can purchase. And if you do pre-order, you will get access to the upcoming beta. So right here you can see what the beta dates are going to look like. So the first weekend is a PlayStation exclusive. We've seen this previously. October 8th and 9th is that early access, so that's if you pre-order. And then the 10th through the 12th will be a PS4 open beta, which means you don't have to pre-order, and anybody who has a PlayStation 4 will be able to play Black Ops Cold War multiplayer at that time. Then the second weekend is a cross-play beta. So the 15th through the 16th is Xbox and PC early access. So that means pre-ordered the game for Xbox or PC, as well as anybody on the PS4 open beta. And then finally, the 17th to the 19th, anybody and everybody can experience the beta. Some other quick things to hit on here. We learned that theater, the actual theater mode from the previous Black Ops games, previous Call of Duties, is coming back for Black Ops Cold War. We learned that the standard COD minimap is coming back. So not like Modern Warfare, but going back again to the other Black Ops games. Health bars are back in the game. So above players that you're shooting at, you can actually see their health bar. This can be disabled in the settings. One of the biggest changes so far that we've learned about is the new score streak system. So we got a little bit more information about that today. So your score streaks do not reset on your death. The more kills you get and the more score that you get, the quicker you will actually be able to get your score streaks. But there is still an incentive for getting more kills in one life by a multiplier. So the more kills you get in one life, the higher that multiplier is. So there is still an incentive for getting those kills in one life, but it's just different. So you may be asking, well, then can't you just get like 100 UAVs in one game, because those are pretty simple to get? Well, there is actually a cooldown unique for each score streak, so everyone in the game can't spam streaks the whole game. At first, I was not a fan of this, but it's something that we may have to play around with when the game actually comes out, maybe in the beta. And in watching some of the streamers play some of the games, it didn't seem like this was a big deal. Yes, there was streaks being used here and there, but we'll have to see if this is helpful or if this is going to actually hurt the game. Also in this multiplayer reveal, we learned about the loadout or the created class system for Black Ops Cold War, and Gunsmith will actually return from Modern Warfare, something very similar, but with a Black Ops twist. So yes, you'll have a primary, a secondary, lethal, a tactical, some perks, but you will also have a wild card. And some of the wild cards that they showed us in the reveal were Danger Close, Lawbreaker, Gunfighter, and Perk Greed. Also on your class, you'll be able to pick a field upgrade. So some of the ones that they showed us were a proximity mine, SAM turret, a jammer, and a field mic. So I like that they are bringing the Gunsmith from Modern Warfare. I thought that was a good created class system, with also kind of keeping the Black Ops created class system there with the wild cards. So on that same note about the created class, the Gunsmith, here are all of the current weapons that we know of that they were shown in the multiplayer reveal. So you can see there's 2 or 3 of each weapon type. There will be more in the actual game, I can guarantee it, but this just gives you a good idea of the weapons that'll be in the game. They were saying that the AK-74U was far and away the best gun by far. It was just an SMG that could win up close, and it also had good range and no recoil. So keep an eye out for that, but I guarantee that the best and worst guns will be different come November. Also, some of the perks that were shown. So we have Engineer, Tac Mask and Flak Jacket in the perk 1 slots, Scavenger, Quartermaster, Tracker in the perk 2 slots, and then Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and Ninja, aka Dead Silence, in the perk 3 slot. And using that perk Greed wildcard, you can actually use up to 6 of these perks. They were able to show us 5 different maps for Black Ops Cold War. They were Armada, which was a very, very large, hopefully only like ground war map. It's kind of a bunch of ships in the ocean, and you can actually zip line in between the ships to kind of capture points on your enemy ship, yada yada yada. It looked like an interesting idea. Hopefully this is not a normal 6v6 map. The next one was Crossroads, which was a larger snowy map that they actually played VIP Escort on, which is a new mode we'll get to here very soon. They were playing 6v6 on this map, but it seems a little too large for 6v6. Hopefully, again, that this is a 12v12, some sort of ground war map. The next one was Miami, which we had actually seen previously in some leaked footage. This one probably looked like the best normal 6v6 3-lane map. It was smaller, it seemed good for maybe like domination, hardpoint, something like that. The next one is Satellite. This one was shown many times in the multiplayer reveal trailer. It's like a sandy desert map. This one seemed 3 lanes, maybe 3 lanes. It has like a crashed plane or crashed satellite or something in the middle that's kind of raised up a little higher. This seems like a fun map, a good multiplayer dom hardpoint map, whatever it may be. And then finally the last one was Moscow. Again, maybe a medium-sized map. This one's more like downtown. You're like running through buildings, running through a train station type thing. It seemed interesting. I don't know the actual map layout that well, so I couldn't tell you if this was a 3-lane map or maybe more competitive, more multiplayer. I'm not sure at this point. Now that is only 5 maps, and as I said, some of them I think are too big for your normal 6v6 modes, so we'll for sure be seeing a lot more maps at release. Next up, something I kind of mentioned right there were a few new modes that they were really trying to hit home. The first one was their VIP Escort mode, which is like 6v6, kind of like S&D mixed with Protect the President type game mode, where one person on each team is the VIP, and you have to escort them to the extraction point to win the round, and the first team to 4 rounds wins the game. The next one was Fire Team, which is interesting. It's actually a 40-player game mode. They didn't go too far into this. It seems almost like their take on Spec Ops kind of, but multiplayer. So there's 40 players, 10 teams, and you have to complete a bunch of challenges with your team to be the first team to complete them. I'm not really sure where to go from there. And then the last one was Combined Arms, which is 12v12. So this is like the ground war that I was talking about, that they played on the bigger ship map, Armada. They also mentioned that Warzone will continue throughout Cold War, so it will be a part of Cold War, and they'll actually implement some of the guns and some of the maps and stuff into Warzone, so that'll be pretty interesting. And your progression and your stats will all be actually tied to your Activision account and not your gamer tag or something like that. So you'll be able to continue your own stats, your own progression on any console as long as you're on your Activision account, and everything will roll over from Modern Warfare to Cold War. So I think that's pretty much it. And the only thing that they didn't touch on in depth is how the actual progression will work in Black Ops Cold War. Whether it'll be similar to Modern Warfare, where each season you can rank up to 155 or something similar to that, which I do think it will be, or if we'll go back to the old Prestige system, which I enjoy, but I don't know that they'll do that here with the Battle Pass system. So I think that's it. I think that's everything you guys need to know to kind of wrap up from the couple hours that they used for the multiplayer reveal. If you guys have any questions, you guys put it in the comments down below. I'll also link a bunch of larger streamers that should have actual gameplay on their YouTube, which I'm not available to do. Some of you guys have not already for more Black Ops Cold War content coming out here real soon, and we'll see you guys later.